Florida Gators, folks, on their way to Monday night's national championship game, awaiting the winner of what's about to tip off. Houston and Duke. How about Florida, man? How about the Florida Gators? Like, woo, man, give them credit. Really, since that first Auburn game, that's what turned them around, folks. I mean, it was really kind of what turned this season around for them. The Florida Gators will play for a national championship on Monday night. Give Todd Golden and his staff and his team, the entire program, the benefit of the doubt. I didn't even think they played that well today and still won the basketball game, guys. But I am your host, Dave Shumate, your lead college basketball analyst here at the SEC Unfiltered channel. This reaction brought to you by our buddies over at FANDUEL. Visit FANDUEL.com/SECU to join today and get started with $200 in bonus bets when you win your first $5 bet. All Florida gets the 79-73 win over the Auburn Tigers, win both games against Auburn, advance to the national title game on Saturday. Hell of a year for both teams. It's called spade a spade. For Florida, you're advancing to the national title game. You have a chance to win what you've always dreamed of Monday night, to beat either Houston or Duke. For Auburn, you won the SEC regular season. There's something to be said for that. Phenomenal year and arguably the best SEC basketball season we've ever seen. You made it to the Final Four. Tip the cap to Bruce Pearl and them. Got to give them the tip. Got to give them the tip. Hell of a year. 32-6. Got to give them the tip of the cap from that perspective for Auburn and Bruce Pearl there. But let's get into the stats. Let's get into the game here. How this game was won. 79-73 Florida. Florida shoots 47% from the field, 38% from beyond the arc. Auburn, 43% from the field, 28% from beyond the arc here. Free throws, 30-23, 7 more for all, plus 7 for Florida there. Rebounds, 39-30. Auburn was up 1. They were plus 1.5 in the rebounding margin, folks. And that was surprising me, and I think that was a big issue. And some of these rebounds won't even count. Think about it. There were a lot of balls off missed shots, off Denver Jones, Miles Kelly, Ty Pettiford, whoever it may be, that went off Florida that Florida didn't get, that won't count as rebounds, but it's an extra possession to Auburn. So in my stat book, in the one I keep up with, that's an extra rebound. That's a rebound to me. That's a rebound. So in the first half, Florida, what is dominating? You look at the end of the half, and you're like, man, it's like Auburn really kind of dominated. It was only one. I think it was like 31-30 or something. Maybe not 31-30, but it was plus 1 Auburn. I do remember that. Ended being plus 9 Florida. Difference in the game, folks. You go. I wasn't in the locker room, obviously, as you can tell where we're at. But I'm sure Todd Golden had a little bit of a come to Jesus moment in that half, being like, boys, these guys, we got a really good front court. Hey, Alex Condon, I'm looking at you. Michael Handel I know you just came back from injury less than a month ago. I'm looking at you. Ruben Chinyulu, you and Janai have been yapping it up all day. Let's go put a little proof of concept here. Stuff like that, guys. Challenge to manhood. Plus 9 after being down minus 1 at half. That's coaching. Give Todd Golden, give his staff, tip the cap. Tip the cap there. That's what you do there. That is a phenomenal job by Todd Golden and them. Steals, 11 for Auburn, 7. What was the turnovers? 16 and 14, plus 2 for Auburn. Florida had 16, 14. And that's always been my concern for Florida all NCAA tournament long, was the turnovers, the live ball turnovers. You can live. You talk to any basketball coach out there. Most of those guys can live with dead ball turnovers, because that's a lot to overcome. Most of them can live with dead ball turnovers. A lot of them can't live with the live ball turnovers, because that's where you get a lot of points in transition from that standpoint right there. So, man, it's just going to be wild, because Florida's been turning the basketball over. If they keep this up, they get one more game. They beat Houston, beat Duke. You're national champions, even though you turned the ball over a lot and not played well. I mean, I didn't even think Florida played their best game tonight. I really did not. They played their best game. I mean, largest lead for Auburn was 9. Largest lead for Auburn for Florida was 8. This game was back and forth until the under 4-minute mark, and then Florida kind of went on a run and separated themselves and won the basketball game. That was really the difference for Florida here. Let's give credit where credit's due. I mean, Bruce Pearl said all week, we have to stop Walter Clayton. He went for 34, guys. I mean, you watch the post game right there, right on the floor with Todd Golden and Walter Clayton. Todd Golden didn't even know he had 34. 11 of 18 from the field, 5 for 8 from beyond. He was hitting a ton of tough shots. The one that comes to mind to me is the one in the corner with Chad Baker-Mazara was in his face, and he kind of like half adjusts, hesitates, and hits it. I'm like, you can't even be mad defensively there. You just got to tip your cap. He hit a tough shot. 34 points for Walter Clayton. Everybody wants to talk. Cooper Flagg, Janai Broom, phenomenal players in their own right. Do not get me wrong. What about Walter Clayton? What about Walter Clayton, folks? I mean, seriously, why is he not up to the National Player of the Year? I mean, I know he didn't win it, but like, why wouldn't he? Like, tell you, I mean, Auburn focused, Stephen Pearl, Bruce Pearl focused defensively on that game plan to stop Walter Clayton because he dominated them in that first game at Neville Arena back in early February. Goes for 34 points. That's a ball playing Jesse, folks. That is a ball playing Jesse right there. Man, give him credit there. Rebound-wise, Ruben Chingalu's 5 points, 9 boards, 17 for Elijah Martin, who didn't play in that first game. 17 points, 3 rebounds, 6 for 10 from the field, 2 of 3 from beyond the arc. Then you had Chad Baker-Mazara leading Auburn with 18, Janai Broom 15 and 7, 10 and 10 and only 1 for Denver Jones, 8 points. Not a lot, only 13 points combined for Auburn. Auburn only played 8 guys. I mean, 6 for Channing Johnson, 7 for Tahai for Chris Chris Moore didn't play any. I mean, they knew they had to keep up with them offensively, and Chris Moore doesn't bring a lot defensively. So, no, that's the issue right there. But Florida advances to the national title game. They will advance to face the winner of the Houston-Duke game coming up here in probably about half an hour, less than that, 20 minutes. That you will see that. So, man, that was a good basketball game, folks. Let's give credit where credit's due there. That was a phenomenal basketball game there. Just totally across the board. I think those were easily the 2 best teams in college basketball this year. In the SEC, let me say. I think those were the 2 best teams in the SEC from top to bottom all year. That's what I would kind of say from that perspective. Making sure we're getting our bets in here before this Duke-Houston game here. Get it in there. But no, I think, man, I mean, you got to give credit where credit's due. Both those were 2 phenomenal basketball teams across the board there. You got to give – I mean, you do. I mean, well-played game. I thought Florida Auburn answered the bell. You can tell they came in with a real chip on the shoulder, and they're the number 1 overall seed, and they had the 4th lowest odds of winning the national title heading into that game. Kind of is what it is. You know what I mean? So I could easily see why you play that up. And you beat Bruce Pearl, the master motivator, who can press all the correct buttons. I mean, what are you saying about this guy? I mean, but as Bruce said, it's his 18th hole. Will he ever win a national title? I just want to reflect on Auburn's season. Again, as everybody's kind of ended their season, I've given everybody a final grade. It's an A. It's an A for Auburn. It's got to be. I mean, you won the SEC regular season. You were the number 1 overall seed. You went to the national title. I mean, you went to the Final Four. I mean, that's, to me, that is a hell of a season. So give Bruce Pearl and them credit, give Janai Broom and them credit. They're going to go head into the portal and kind of see what's going on at this point. Go add some guys. They already added the leading scorer in the Big 12 from UCF this past year. Auburn's not going anywhere. How much longer does Bruce Pearl go? I don't know. Does he win a national title at Auburn? I lean not, just at this point. But again, it takes away nothing from this season. The SEC regular season, I wait more than the SEC tournament. That's the true champion of the regular season because it's hard. That's the hardest thing to keep up with for 18 conference games. And what they did in this year's SEC, that's been phenomenal. You got to give Bruce Pearl and them a tip of the cap. They played really well tonight. But the Florida Gators are heading to the national title game. Man, Florida-Duke, phenomenal matchup, and I think would really test both teams' front court. That would be a fun matchup. So would Houston be, though, because that's a bunch of grown men. Jawan Roberts, L.J. Cryer, Milo Suzanne. I mean, you're talking about against Will Richard, Elijah Martin, and Walter Clayton, plus that front court. It'd be fun. Oh, but either matchup, Houston-Duke, would be fun against Florida, even if it was Auburn. I mean, this is arguably the best Final Four ever, especially if this second game lives up to it and that game goes down to the wire, just like we saw with this one. Because, again, I know Florida went on their run late, but this game still definitely felt like it was down to the wire. It just kind of did. I mean, but give Florida, I said this game was going to come down to the first 4 minutes of the second half. They knocked on the door and said, hey, we're coming home. We're taking this one home. That's just kind of what this team is. I mean, it really is. It's kind of what this team is at Florida. I mean, they have an answer really for everything. One of the most underrated front courts all season. I think people are starting to take notice, but in the regular season, people were really doubting them. But across the board, let's go to some comments here before we get to the advertisement. Jeremy Scott, always a listener. Appreciate you, brother. He says, roll tide. Keep it up a little Alabama baseball, softball. Pietro Posse says, call God. Guess he's messing with Auburn there. Andrew, the GOAT, Alabama students and the fans can't be happy that Florida Gators are going to the championship game. I know they hate that team. I don't know why Alabama students would be that upset. I'll be honest with you. I think Alabama students were probably cheering for Auburn. Cheering for Florida over Auburn. I think Alabama students were cheering for Florida over Auburn. I don't know why Alabama students would be upset. And then finally, Jerry Henderson. You want some cheese with that wine? What am I whining about, Jerry? I not whined about anything. I complimented this game. It was a phenomenal game. What would anyone be whining about? I guess maybe an Auburn fan for their season ending, but other than that, hell of a season for them. I give it an A grade. What are we talking about here? Gig 'em. Holy you know what. I think he's jacked. That the Aggies just won the series at Lindsey Nelson against Tennessee. But you know what? This is a basketball show, and I might take it away from what the Florida Gators and Todd Golden and them did. Think about all the way back in November when all that Todd Golden allegation came out. Everyone, including myself, was like, he's not going to make it past this week. Guys playing a national championship game on Monday night, folks. Guys playing on a national championship. He's playing in a national championship setting on Monday night. This is how good this league is, folks. This is how good this league is. Just telling y'all. Sonia, you people know. If you're listening, all 500 of you live right now, after you just joined Chris Phillips going live, tell me in the comments, how was Chris live, folks? But before we do that, folks, we got to get right to it. This bracket season, FanDuel is letting you make it the call because right now, new customers get $200 in bonus bets when your first $5 bet wins. That's 200 extra bucks to bet on everything from clutch shots to last-second heartbreaks and even who's cutting down the nets. If you've been wanting to join, there's no better time. There's tourney action almost every day, and FanDuel has amazing bet types like spreads, totals, game props, and so much more. So visit FanDuel.com/SECU and get in on the college hoops action all tourney long, folks. Again, I just put a bet on Duke money line. Let's take the under. Parlay, folks. Free money tonight, but must be 21 plus in present in select states or 18 and present in D.C. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. FanDuel is offering online sports wagering in Kansas under an agreement with the Kansas Star Casino, LLC. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit FanDuel.com/RG. Call 1-888-789-777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut or visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelpline.ma or .org or call 800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts or call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY in New York. Guys, the Florida Gators will be back with you Monday night. We already knew we'd be back with you Monday night because you had Auburn, Florida, obviously, SEC teams. We had a guaranteed SEC team playing the national title game. It is official. It is the Florida Gators and Todd Golden. We will see them on Monday night. We'll just be waiting to see who they play, Duke or Houston, guys. I cannot wait to see you guys. But go to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell for the SEC Unfiltered channel, guys. We're the best SEC content around for football, men's basketball, and baseball, guys, across the board. Across the board. I mean, it's a non-negotiable. Go subscribe. I know a lot of you guys, all 500 of you listening, are not subscribed. It's not hard, guys. And I challenge you to kind of step out of your boundary, step out of your comfort zone, go to YouTube, subscribe to us, guys, because we're the best one around, and we'll be here for Monday night for you Florida fans, bringing you this reaction. Florida maybe cutting down the nets. One shining moment Monday night, though, folks. Hell of a season for Auburn, though. SEC regular season champs, and Final Four appearance. Give the tip of the cap for Bruce Pearl in his second Final Four appearance at Auburn, folks. But for Dave Shumate, your lead college basketball analyst here at the SEC Unfiltered, you have a phenomenal night. This reaction was brought to you by our buddies over at FanDuel. But, guys, we got another Final Four game. I got to go. We got to watch it. We're all basketball junkies. Florida, national title bound. We will see you Monday night.